Have you ever looked at your plate and wondered if something on it could silently invite cancer in? For millions of seniors, cancer doesn't begin with a diagnosis. It begins at the dinner table slowly, silently, without a sound. The most terrifying part, it's not in the sugary treats or fried foods. It's in what we don't eat, the tiny protectors we forget. Imagine this, your body fighting daily without the tools it needs to protect you. Are you feeding your defense system or starving it? As we age, our immune system weakens. Cells lose their repair signals. Toxins build up. And if we're not careful, those microscopic failures become the root of something far greater mutations that lead to cancer. Here's what most people get wrong. They focus only on avoiding bad foods, but they miss the power of protective foods, especially seeds rich in antioxidants, minerals, and plant compounds that can stop abnormal cells before they even start. By the time symptoms show, it may already be too late. So what are you missing out on today? Today, you'll discover 6 powerful seeds that scientists are now calling nature's cancer shields. Some are familiar, others almost forgotten. But each one can quietly repair, restore, and defend your cells if you use them right. And the most powerful of them, you've likely never heard of it. If you care about long-term health for yourself or your loved ones, stick around. Comment below with your age and the state you're watching from. Let's see how many of us are standing up for prevention. Like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs a little hope today. Together, we're building a stronger future one seed at a time. And trust me, you won't want to miss seed number 6. You've probably tossed them aside before those little green seeds tucked inside pumpkins, scraped out and discarded without a second thought. But for seniors over 60, that habit might be quietly throwing away one of the most powerful, natural defenses against cancer. Because these humble seeds, pumpkin seeds, are not just harmless kitchen scraps. They're loaded with nutrients your aging body desperately needs to fight back. Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of zinc. And zinc isn't just for boosting immunity during flu season. It's essential for cell repair, hormone balance, and maintaining DNA integrity, a critical defense line against mutations that can spiral into prostate, breast, and colon cancer. Just 100 grams delivers about 7 milligrams of zinc, enough to support the kind of cellular resilience that tends to fade with age. As we grow older, our bodies don't repair damage the way they used to. Cells lose their rhythm. Inflammation becomes chronic. Free radicals, left unchecked, begin attacking the very structure of our tissues. It's silent. It's gradual. And most people don't notice until it's too late. That's what makes pumpkin seeds different. Their concentrated dose of magnesium, manganese, and vitamin E works together to fortify your body's defense systems, shielding your cells from oxidative stress and long-term degeneration. And it doesn't stop there. These seeds are rich in phytosterols, plant compounds that mimic cholesterol in the body, blocking its absorption and reducing the inflammatory environment that cancer cells thrive in. Studies suggest that these compounds may slow the growth of tumors in breast and colon tissues by preventing abnormal cell replication before it begins. Think about that for a moment. A seed you've probably never taken seriously may already hold the natural blueprint to prevent 2 of the most common cancers affecting seniors. No prescription, no side effects, just the right food in the right amount. But here's the invisible threat. Many seniors eat foods every day that actively reduce zinc absorption, like processed grains or sugary cereals. So even if you're trying to eat well, your body may still be defenseless at the cellular level. That's where pumpkin seeds come in, not as a cure, but as protection. As quiet reinforcement, as something you can add today to prepare for the years ahead. It doesn't take much. Just one small handful, about 30 grams, can make a difference. You can sprinkle them onto your salad, stir them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or enjoy them roasted as a crunchy, satisfying snack. But the key is consistency. Your cells don't need a miracle. They need daily ammunition, a steady supply of healing compounds to stay strong in a world full of silent threats. So ask yourself, When you look at your meals, are they just filling your stomach or are they protecting your future? That handful of pumpkin seeds might seem small, but inside, it holds a quiet revolution, one that could rewrite the way your body responds to stress, age, and disease. Which future will you feed today? You've probably heard it 100 times. Just eat a handful of almonds, it's healthy. But what most people don't realize is that those little brown nuts carry a legacy far older and deeper than any diet trend. In ancient Persia, almonds were seen as a symbol of longevity. Today, for seniors across America, they might quietly hold the key to protecting memory, calming the mind, and building a deeper line of defense against cancer. Almonds aren't just rich in vitamin E, they're saturated with it. In fact, 100 grams of almonds can deliver over 25 milligrams of this potent antioxidant. And here's where the connection to cancer becomes crystal clear. Vitamin E neutralizes free radicals before they can damage cells and mutate DNA. It's like armor for your cells, unseen, but vital. And yet, most people don't eat almonds the right way. They toss them into cookies, roast them in oil, or worse, skip them entirely because they think nuts are fattening. But the truth is, when eaten raw and in moderation, almonds offer a rare trifecta antioxidants to protect your cells, magnesium to calm your nervous system, and polyphenols to disrupt cancer growth at the molecular level. Now picture this, you're sitting on a bench outside your retirement home. The sun's warming your skin. You hear birdsong, distant laughter. You feel calm, clear-headed, energized. That's not a memory from 20 years ago. That can be your future with the right nourishment. Because chronic stress, anxiety, and inflammation are all known risk factors for cancer, and almonds counter each one naturally. Here's something most doctors don't tell you: chronic stress doesn't just feel bad, it's biologically corrosive. It raises cortisol, weakens immune function, and creates an internal environment where rogue cells can thrive. But the magnesium in almonds helps regulate that stress response. It relaxes your blood vessels, stabilizes heart rhythms, and even improves sleep. That's not just health. That's peace of mind. Still, it's not just about eating almonds, it's about how you eat them. Soaking them for 6 to 8 hours before consuming can reduce phytic acid, making them easier to digest and unlocking their full nutrient profile. It's a small change that can have a big impact. So why aren't more seniors eating them daily? Maybe it's the calories. Maybe it's habit. But ask yourself, is the fear of gaining a few grams worth missing out on cellular protection that could extend your independence for years? Add just 20-30 grams of soaked almonds to your routine. In your morning oatmeal, as a gentle midday snack. Blend it into a smoothie. That one mindful addition might be the bridge between a tired body and a resilient one. Because here's the question we all need to ask: are you feeding your stress or fueling your strength? If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to item number 3. You've seen them on buns, tossed into salads, and crushed into tahini without a second thought. But here's something few seniors know. Sesame seeds aren't just a garnish. If you're over 60, skipping them might mean missing out on one of the most underappreciated cancer shields available today. Let's be blunt. Your bones are weakening, your hormone levels are shifting, and your DNA isn't repairing itself like it used to. These changes don't always announce themselves with pain, but over time, they quietly create the conditions for cancer to take hold. This is where sesame seeds come in, and the science behind them is compelling. Just 100 grams of whole sesame seeds can contain nearly 1,000 milligrams of calcium, far more than the same serving of milk. For older adults, this is crucial. Calcium isn't just about bones. It plays a vital role in cellular signaling, helping regulate growth and replication, the very mechanisms that, when broken, allow cancer cells to thrive. But calcium alone isn't enough. That's why sesame also brings in magnesium and vitamin E, both powerful agents against inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 well-known cancer accelerators. Still not convinced? Let's talk about sesamin and sesamol compounds almost exclusive to sesame seeds. These two phytonutrients have shown promising effects in blocking the spread of cancer cells, particularly in breast and colorectal cancers. Research published in the Journal of Medicinal Foods found that extracts from sesame slowed the progression of cancerous cells in lab studies, supporting what ancient traditions suspected long ago. These seeds are more than food, they're functional medicine. But here's the part that might make you pause. These protective compounds don't survive extreme heat. That means most of the sesame in fast food, baked goods, or highly processed snacks, virtually useless. If you're not sourcing sesame in its natural or lightly toasted form, you're eating empty texture, not healing power. Now imagine this, a church potluck on a Sunday afternoon. The table is filled with food that tastes like home. Laughter echoes across the room. But on your plate, instead of empty carbs or sugary desserts, you've brought something different, something that honors both tradition and prevention. A sesame-crusted salad or a spoonful of homemade hummus. Small choices. But in them, the quiet rebellion against degeneration and decline. Cancer doesn't care about comfort food. It thrives in environments we ignore when we choose flavor over function. But what if your meals could deliver both? What if you could preserve memory, protect bones, and fight cellular damage with something as humble as a seed? Start small. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds a day. Sprinkle them over oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, stir them into soups, or sprinkle onto roasted vegetables. Make it a ritual. Your body won't notice overnight, but 10 years from now, you might be thankful you started today. Now here's what they never tell you. Most people only act when it's too late. But those who act early, they create a future that doesn't just survive, it thrives. And we're just getting started. At the farmer's market, people walk right past it. Sitting quietly in burlap sacks, pale, small, and unimpressive millet doesn't grab your attention. It doesn't sparkle like berries or boast bold packaging like protein bars. But for seniors over 60, that forgettable grain might be the most critical food you're not eating. Here's why that matters. After age 60, your risk of developing colon cancer increases dramatically. 1 out of every 4 cases occurs in people over 65. The usual suspects, red meat, low fiber, processed carbs get all the blame. But what if the real problem is what's missing? Millet is an ancient grain rich in polyphenols, natural compounds that reduce inflammation, protect DNA, and disrupt cancer signaling pathways. In fact, studies have found that millet can deliver up to 120 milligrams of polyphenols per 100 grams, more than double that of white rice or refined wheat. These aren't just numbers, they represent your body's daily line of defense against cell mutation. But here's the pattern. Interrupt. Most seniors have never even tried millet, and even fewer know how to prepare it. Why? Because it's been dismissed, labeled as poor man's food or something only found in birdseed. That cultural dismissal might be costing us our health. In regions where millet is a dietary staple, rates of gastrointestinal cancers are notably lower. Coincidence? Not quite. Think of millet as a grain that feeds your body like a shield. It's not flashy, but it's functional. It contains magnesium, iron, and fiber in levels that support healthy digestion, reduce insulin resistance, and improve gut health, all of which are crucial for lowering your risk of cancer. Your digestive system isn't just how you absorb nutrients. It's where immunity begins. When your gut is inflamed, your entire body is vulnerable. Now picture a shift. Instead of loading your dinner plate with starchy potatoes or processed pasta, you mix in cooked millet, fluffy, nutty, satisfying. Your body doesn't just feel full, it feels supported. It's the difference between eating to survive and eating to protect. The most powerful thing about millet isn't just its nutrients. It's the way it replaces harmful defaults in your diet. One small change, a quarter cup with your meal, could dramatically reduce chronic inflammation over time. That's how transformation starts. Not with a pill, not with a promise, but with a simple scoop of something almost everyone ignores. And here's the breaking news. A recent study from the Journal of Food Science and Technology showed that millet-based diets were linked to improved markers of immune response and reduced oxidative damage, particularly in adults over 55. This isn't fringe science. This is real food medicine, hiding in plain sight. So let me ask you, how many times have you walked past something your body actually needed because culture said it wasn't good enough? Now's your moment to reclaim it. They were always there. On the coffee table during Lunar New Year, tucked into a bowl at Grandma's house, roasted just enough to fill the air with warmth and memory. For many of us, red watermelon seeds weren't a health food, they were tradition. But here's the surprise: that tradition may have been protecting our elders in ways no one fully understood. Red watermelon seeds are more than a festive snack. For seniors over 60, they offer something powerful: a concentrated blend of lycopene, omega-6 fatty acids, magnesium, and vitamin E nutrients that play a direct role in reducing oxidative stress and guarding cells against cancer. And lycopene. Most people associate it with tomatoes. But 100 grams of red watermelon seeds can offer up to 75 milligrams of lycopene, almost 3 times more than what you'd get from a ripe tomato. This antioxidant doesn't just protect skin or eyes. It helps prevent DNA damage, slow cellular aging, and reduce the risk of prostate and breast cancer. That's not folklore. That's modern nutrition, rediscovering ancient wisdom. But the real danger is this: as we adopt Western diets, these protective traditions fade. We reach for prepackaged snacks, sugary granola bars, or overly salted nuts. And in doing so, we lose something more than flavor. We lose functional food, food that connects health to memory, to culture, to self-care. Watermelon seeds also deliver linoleic acid, a healthy omega-6 fat that helps regulate immune function and reduce chronic inflammation, two critical players in the body's fight against abnormal cell growth. Add in the trio of magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E, and you've got a nutrient profile tailored for protection in the aging body. Now close your eyes and think back to a holiday table, to laughter echoing through the house, to the simple joy of cracking seeds between your teeth. These aren't just memories, they're clues. Clues that our ancestors might have understood something we forgot, that healing often begins with something humble, even overlooked. Of course, not all watermelon seeds are created equal. The best come lightly roasted, unsalted, and free of artificial coloring. Store-bought versions that are bright red and highly processed can place stress on the liver and kidneys. If you want the benefits without the burden, soak the seeds in warm water, toast them lightly, or grind them into powder for porridge or smoothies. Stick to a small handful a day, about 15 to 20 grams. More isn't better. And as with all seeds, balance is key. So the next time you walk past a bag of red watermelon seeds, don't see it as a relic. See it as a reminder that your health doesn't always come from something new. Sometimes it comes from something deeply familiar, waiting to be rediscovered. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, comment washing below to let me know you're on this journey with me. Now, let's move on to item number 6. They look round, smooth, and rich, so indulgent that most people assume they must be unhealthy. But for adults over 60, macadamia nuts might be one of the most powerful cancer-fighting foods, hiding in plain sight if used correctly. Macadamia nuts contain one of the highest levels of monounsaturated fats among all plant-based foods, comparable to extra virgin olive oil. But unlike many oils, these fats are more stable and less prone to oxidation, making them especially protective of cell membranes. And a healthy membrane is your first shield against DNA mutations, the silent beginning of many cancers. Just 10 to 12 macadamia nuts a day, around 28 grams, provide almost 5 milligrams of manganese, a trace mineral essential for activating your body's internal antioxidant defense system. Once activated, this system can repair damaged cells, slow aging, and most importantly, combat oxidative stress, a condition most seniors experience daily without even knowing. But there's more. Macadamias are rich in phytosterols, plant compounds shown to inhibit tumor growth and reduce cancer cell spread, especially in breast and prostate cancers. How? They mimic cholesterol, block its absorption, and create a low inflammation environment critical as hormone regulation begins to decline with age. What makes macadamias a true game changer is their simplicity. You don't need fancy recipes or new habits. Just sprinkle them on your salad. Blend them into your oatmeal. Enjoy 10 raw nuts as a morning ritual. Done consistently, they do more than fill you up, they build you up. Now pause and ask yourself, are you eating to survive or to protect? Is your food fueling your cells or quietly weakening them? Fat isn't the enemy. The wrong kind of fat is, and macadamias deliver exactly the type your aging immune system needs to restore, stabilize, and defend. Don't overlook a food just because it tastes good. Don't skip a solution just because it seems too simple. Every macadamia nut you eat today is a building block for the resilience you'll need tomorrow. If you're still here and finding this information helpful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're on this journey with me. Now, let's move on to the final section. We've reached the end of this journey, but maybe for you, this is just the beginning. You've seen how something as small as a seed can carry more than nutrients. It can carry protection. It can carry hope. It can carry the quiet promise that your body doesn't need to give up just because time has passed. 6 simple seeds. 6 daily decisions. Each one a chance to push back against the damage, the decline, the fear that comes with aging. But I want to ask you something deeper. What do you believe your body still deserves? Because the truth is, you deserve resilience. You deserve to walk into the next decade with clarity, balance, and strength, not fear, not confusion. This video wasn't just about nutrition. It was about reclaiming control, one bite, one habit, one small but powerful change at a time. And now you have the tools. You have the knowledge. All that's left is the choice. So don't just save this video. Live it. Go to your kitchen. Pick just one of the seeds you saw today. Add it to your morning, your salad, your snack. And know you're taking a real step toward protecting your future. If you found this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. Or type the name of the seed you're committing to start with. Let's build a community here, a place where seniors uplift each other, one healthy habit at a time. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share it with one person who needs this message today. Someone you care about. Someone who still has time to change and just needs to know it's possible. And before you go, in our next video, we're going to expose a common health food that nearly every senior is using, but it's secretly speeding up aging and weakening your immune system. You won't want to miss it, because sometimes the most dangerous things are hiding right where we feel safest. Stay strong, stay curious, and remember every day is another chance to nourish the life you want to live. I'll see you soon.